It depends on Yosef. Vayigash elav Yehuda. Yehuda goes over to Yosef to receive from him. Because Yehuda is not a light on himself. Yehuda only has to really get a light. And that's Yosef. Yosef is a light. He's a light bulb. And that's Shoam. That's why the physical rock of Shoam is a rock that gives light. And that's why. And that rock was engraved the name Yosef, because Yosef, that's his idea. Not that he is only a reflection of light, it gives light. Yeah? Now it's okay, understood so far?
Yes, Rabbi.
Okay. Now that we understand a little bit what Yosef is, and that's what the rock of Shoam represents. Shoam represents to give light, to share light, to give to others. Now Moshe Rabbeinu, when he needs to get energy to give light to Jews, what does it turn to? To Yosef. He turns to Yosef to give him his light, that he can be the same pillar of light for the Jews, like Yosef was the leader of the Jews in the worst times of Egypt, and he was the light, the luminary for the Jews. That's why Yosef, we call him the leader of the Jews in the time of Egypt, in the real darkness, right? That's what Yosef is all about. Comes now Yosef, Moshe says, I gotta take over the power of Yosef to be the leader of the Jews. But what type? A Yosef type of leader. That's what I need to have. So the idea of the Shoam, the shining stone, that this represents Yosef, that same stone who needs to use now is Moshe. That's why now when we're talking about the rocks, they need to help the Jews in the back. What type of rock do we take? From all 12? The 11, the Shoam, that's what we got to take. So this is why, over here, which type of rock do we have to have? The Shoam. And this is why the Shoam again is Moshe. It's all tangles into the same idea. Because in order to help the lost Jews, the Jews in the back, who is able to help the Jews in the back? Only somebody that has that light, that Shoam light.
Bring back the sinners.
Exactly. Who we need the light. Our reflection is not good enough. We need a real luminary. And that's the Shoam that's related to the Shoam over here. Make sense so far?
So every single rock or every stone was different.
Very different, yeah. But I'm not getting into it.
No, right.
But yes, we talk.
One
is Shoam.
Same one as those two.
No, but also it has to do with the Messiah, in the sense that you're going to have the Messiah of Joseph and the son of David, right? That David is going to use the power of the son of Joseph, the son of the power of the light, because Joseph is the light, no?
Yes, but that's a different kind of light. That's a reflection light. Yehuda is our light that gets reflected by the sun.
It's reflected by the sun, but he's still going to use the power of the light.
But it's not his own light. But again, let's not go there. But it's not his own light. That's why Yehuda needs Yosef, right?
Yeah.
That's why Mashiach ben David needs Mashiach ben Yosef.
But
again, it's a totally different class. How Mashiach ben David depends on Mashiach ben Yosef. Because without Mashiach ben Yosef,
Mashiach is going to be all 12 tribes in one.
Mashiach is going to be Yehuda.
Rabbi,
but all 12 tribes in one, no?
Yehuda.
Rabbi, they all need Yosef. All the tribe needs.
We need the light of Yosef. This is where Yosef told them by the dream when they wouldn't want to accept it. What did he tell them by the dream? I saw a dream, everybody bows down to me. They couldn't understand. They didn't realize he's the Shoam. They need him. They only saw it when they came to Egypt. They saw the real uniqueness of Yosef, and that's when they admitted, you are right. But Yosef saw it right from the beginning that he's the real Shoam. And this is why when it comes out to the breastplate, when we got to talk about Yosef, what does Hashem say? Put the Shoam. That's his stone. The stone that shines, the stone that light, the stone that gives energy. So now Moshe Rabbeinu, when he wants to help out the Jews in the desert and give us the energy, who does he need? Yosef. He needs the Shoam over here. From all 12 stones, which stone did God say? Pick it from Moshe Rabbeinu to help the Jews? the stone of Yosef. That's the stone that's going to help the Jews.
Quick question off subject, Rabbi.
Yeah,
Where did the stone come from?
I don't know.
But Rabbi,
They brought it from Egypt, I guess.
Rabbi,
Yeah.
Joseph became leader of Egypt at 30 years old. He lived to 110, right? That left him 80 years as ruler of Egypt.
Okay.
Moses lived to 120 years. He was prince of Egypt from 0 to 40. If you add the 80 and the 40, makes 120.
It was.
That combines the two as one. No, we can
In numbers.
In numbers,
Possible.
yes. So, but
Possible.
okay, no, it's very possible.
I'm not disagreeing. Now that we understand a little bit, if you lost, we can repeat it.
Okay, let's repeat.
Now we can understand, appreciate, why do we need the two stones over here and names of the Jews over here, of the tribes?
Yeah.
Because these two stones is to help for whom? The back.
But Rabbi,
These stones, one second, let me just finish. These stones over here is to help whom?
The richest people.
The picture. These two stones, we do not need individual names for individual people. Why? Because when you're already in a direction like the tzaddikim, okay, this tzaddik is this way, so we need this rock to take up this way. This tzaddik is this way, we need a different rock for this direction, and so on and so forth. That's over here. Here we're talking about not direction, we're talking about not to be lost. Not to be lost, we're all the same. We need one type of rock, the rock of Yosef, to help us not to be lost. We don't need different types of rocks. So this is why when we're talking about the Jews in the back, the way to make sure they don't get lost, we don't need different rocks, we don't need different directions, we need one. Which one? The rock of Yosef, the rock of Moshe, to help us out not to be lost. So this is why we see that all 12 names over here is combined in one type of rock. Because what's the type of rock? The type of rock of Moshe Rabbeinu, of Yosef, to help us out, to help the Jews out. Right? This is the explanation why over here is 2, over here is 12.
When he was wearing it, was it shining?
Sure.
It was probably shining.
Sure.
It was getting light.
There was big ones. Because physically, the rocks over here, I think, was smaller than the 2 rocks over here.
Right.
Because the idea to be able to engrave 6 names in a rock had to be a little bit bigger.
That's right.
These 2 were bigger rocks. They were same type, but not the same size. So now let's recap the whole thing before we're able to continue what's going on. Aaron the Cohen is there to have Hashem remembers all the time in order to help us in our journey. But Aaron the Cohen knows there's 2 types of Jews he's got to help. There's the type of Jews in the back that they need help just not to fail, not to give up. And there's another type of Jews that's to be helped, that they need a direction. In growing, you need a direction, how to grow. The type of Jews in the back, we all equal. We don't need different kind of help. We need one type of help. Please not to get lost. That's it. The type of Jews on the front, oh, they need different kind of helps. Oh, this tzaddik is a Moroccan tzaddik, his direction is this way. He's a Chabad tzaddik, his direction is that way. He is a Breslov tzaddik, his direction is many different directions. There's 12, it's 12 different paths. This path, that path. But all the path is relevant when you're already on a journey. When we're in the back, we have only one path, not to get lost. We don't need so many rocks. We don't need that.
Rabbi, the 12 could represent 1. The 12 in the front could represent 1. The 6 on one side.
But it doesn't. It doesn't.
Why?
It represents 12. 12 different rocks, 12 different directions, 12 different names. Totally separated. Yes, because he helps everyone in his way.
It could represent the 6 days of the week?
No. It represents 12 tribes,
12 times
12 paths, 12 names of God. I don't want to go there. 12 months, 12. Everything 12. But the idea of 12 only is relevant when we are already on the second journey, on a journey of connection, than this 12th path. When we are where we are, what's the difference? Me, you. Our name shows we're all in the same battle. We need one type of help. The type of help to be able not to fail. And for this help, Aaron says, I can't do it myself. This help, Aaron said, to help the Jews in the front, he can do himself. That's not, it's just guiding. To help the Jews in the back, Aaron says, I can't do it myself. Brother, I need you. And this is why we have two rocks.
Just to recap, sorry Rabbi.
No.
Basically, all the 12 stones over here, every stone reflects to, let's say, a leader,
A different path.
a righteous person that could have taken that path.
Right.
The ones over here are the ones basically that are, let's say like me, that
All of
we
us.
need a leader.
All of us.
All of us. that
We need a leader just we shouldn't get lost.
shouldn't get lost.
That's it.
Okay?
So for that, we don't need different path. We need one, not to get lost. The only question is, what?
No, inside, Jacob.
No, I understand.
Rabbi,
Yes. Listening.
isn't like the two sides, the two soldiers, the shoulders? Also, there's 1 and 2. There's the moon, the sun, the man, the woman.
We'll get up at the two right now. That's all we're
Good,
going to
the
get.
bad.
No, it's not so good. It's both lights. Talking Shoam are luminaries. The question is, based on what we just explained before.
But Hashem made 2 to equal 1.
But let's understand why. Why do we need then, if the whole idea of the rocks over here is to help us in the back? What does it mean to help us out in the back? Is we shouldn't get lost. For this we need one guidance, one way, and as we said, we need only the Shoam, right?
No, but we need
The Yosef work.
We need our fellow Jews.
Why do we need?
We're still in the first part of it.
Why do we need then?
That's what
Rabbi, go ahead.
Why do we need then two rocks?
Because there's 12 tribes, so 6 and 6. You couldn't.
They could have got a bigger rock and fit all 12 on it. If the idea is that in the level of the back we all the same, we all equal, we just need the help of Moshe Rabbeinu through Joseph, as we spoke before in details. Why do we need two rocks? Why isn't one rock enough?
Good question.
The two rock represents Aaron and Moses. Because Aaron and Moses, right? Because the journey is through Aaron, right? Aaron is the one helping us. But Aaron,
No, because Aaron's very.
but
I agree.
Aaron in this work, he doesn't do it on his own. It takes Moses with him. That's why we have two rocks. Two rocks in the same direction. The boat, the Shoam, the boat out of the guidance of whom?
Yosef.
Of Yosef. That's why it's the same type of rock. But we need Aaron and Moshe Rabbeinu together. That's why we need two leaders. That's what the Torah always says. Hu Aaron u Moshe. Hu Moshe Aaron. God says I gave two of them. They complete each other when it comes really to help the Jews in the desert, when they're always there in obstacles and failure and situations. We need them both together to help him. Moses gives the light from above. Aaron lifts us up. Together as a package to we shouldn't get lost. Together as a package that you should be able to succeed. So imagine how much more so. You're talking the time of the desert. The Jews are so great and so special. Well, nevertheless, they constantly had that battle not to get lost. As we know the story about Amalek, Rashi brings the famous metaphor. Why did Amalek come? When he brings the metaphor of the father that carried his son on a metaphor, it's not a real story, a metaphor. He carries his son on his shoulder. And then his son tells his father, wow, I see over here a nice bowl on the floor. Could you pick it up for me? And the father bends down, picks up some. Then while they walk, he tells the father, well, I see something here. Can I pick it up for me? Good father, picks it up for him. Well, like this, they walk and he picks everything up for them and he takes care. They need food. And like this, they walk. When as they walk, somebody walks across. This kid on the shoulder of the father tells this person, hey, by the way, do you know who my father is? He's asking the person, a random person, says, do you know who my father is? The father goes, what? constantly don't stop doing for you. And you go to that person asking, where's your father? Well, I don't know where your father is. So he takes this kid, say, you know what, go on your own, have a good day. So the Torah says, this is the same story with Amalek. God gave him the clouds, God gave him splitting the sea, God gave him the water from the rock, God gave him the food from heaven, he took care of him, like a father to a child. And then suddenly the guy asked Moshe, where's God? God says, really? Where am I? Okay, hey, Amalek, you go fight with him. I'm out of the sight for a few minutes. Right? So in other words, with all the great that we have, we always had obstacles, right?
Wow. You made me think of something.
Right? We always had obstacles. This is where Hashem says we need Moshe and Aaron. We need the both rocks.
Couldn't fight him.
We need Moshe and Aaron. We need the both rocks. And the rocks that represents the light, the luminary to give the strength. But we don't need different rocks. We don't need different guidance. We didn't have different directions. We need one direction. Jews, go on the right path. So stop failing so much. Stop. Absolutely, that's all. But we need the luminaries. We need the Yosef HaTzadik. We need Moshe. We need Aaron. And this is where Aaron was walking always with his garments on those two stones on top. Always in the Bet HaMikdash. Sure, if he doesn't walk around the Bet HaMikdash with that, he's dead. He always had to walk around with this. Why? Because Hashem should remember. Because again, Aaron, Moshe, Yosef, it's all help if we have Hashem with us, right? Without Hashem, nobody is worth anything, right? So we need all that. Why do we need all that? To help the Jews in the back. But we don't need 12 different rocks. We just need a Shalom.
But we still need the 12
But now
tribes.
we can... 12 tribes, but the 12 tribes in that field, in the field of not failing, the all 12 tribes are one, because we're all in the same journey, we're all in the same situation that we have to get out when we need Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron and Yosef to help us out. But when we speak about the breastplate in the front, that's already with Jews at Tzadikim, that's different help. First of all, Aaron does it himself, he doesn't need Moses with him, he just guides us, that's your connection. It's easy. Right? It's only to connect, right? So we don't need Moshe. But from the other side, that's where we have 12 different. Why? Because everyone is a different nusach, a different way, a different path, a different connection.
Rabbi, when does you wear these things? Every year or?
Every day, from the morning till the night. When he's in the service in the Bet Mikdash, he cannot walk in to the temple without that.
Do you think?
Even on Yom Kippur?
Yom Kippur, when he was walking in to the Yom Kippur, he was wearing that too. But just when he was wearing to the holiest of the holiest, he was not wearing that because you're not supposed to wear gold in the holiest of the holiest. That was a special time.
Rabbi, I have something to ask you about what you're talking about.
I'm listening.
Subject.
Now you can go.
So you said there's 6, 1 stone, 6, 1 stone, and the 12.
Right.
Right. So that would make 3. And you were talking 3. So you're saying Moses, Aaron, right? Representing, but you're talking about 3 names. So you're talking about
Moses and Aaron represent really the energy of Joseph.
Yeah, but Moses, Aaron, and Joseph. You've been talking about 3 names.
Right.
So I'm thinking 1, 2, 3.
But this is 12, it's not 3.
Doesn't matter because we represent 1, like we were talking about.
How can it represent 1?
Well, the 12 can represent 1.
Then it's not 12, then it's 1. Then why do we need 12 rocks? We need only 1 rock.
But it's not.
But I'm just.
The whole
I'm just
idea is
asking, I don't know,
that we need
I'm
specific.
just trying to understand. I'm trying to go a little, like spiritual.
But if you go, we don't have time now, but to go in, every rock represents. Why is it different rocks? Because every rock represents.
But we're talking about 3 names.
But over here, it's all over here. Those 3 names
1,
represent
2,
over here. Because Shoam, the rock Shoam, that this is the rock that is there that'll shine to help us overcome our obstacles. That rock Shoam comes from Yosef, as we said before. And that's why over here, when it's 12, the Shoam is one individual rock of the 12.
Yes.
The rock of Yosef.
Yes.
But here, when he's the main rock, so it still represents the idea of Yosef. So this is why, who's the guidance of their help to be able to lift up the Jews, that the Jews should not fail in the mission to overcome the obstacles, they need the power of Yosef that is represented by the rock of Shoah. That's what we're saying.
Do you think this whole thing still
33.
exists?
So it's like kind of like Hanukkah.
Hanukkah is 44. Hanukkah.
Well, if you'd have 12, and you'd have Joseph as the 12, let's say Joseph would represent the 12, so you have 11 left. 11, then you have the 1, right?
12. Sorry.
And then okay, sorry, you have the 12 stones, and he's the 11th, so you have 11, 1, 2, and 3, plus 11 would be 44.
Where's 11? It's 12. You take out Joseph from the 12.
No, Joseph is the 11th stone, right?
Yeah.
So you have 11, 11, 11, that's 33, plus his other 11 brothers, that's 44. Hanukkah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Koyach.
So Rabbi, how could we use this on our daily basis? This
Our daily basis, what we have to use
That's a
this
good
here
question.
is that the back garment is us. We have to know that we're not alone. We have Moshe, we have Aaron, we have Yosef. They're always there to help us, and this is why I would make it. Because we're talking to Aaron, the Cohen in the temple. It's not only then; it's starting now at the spiritual level. It's always there because we can do it on us. I don't know.
Do you think it still exists in the stones, or it's lost?
That still exists. There's a long story about it, but for another time.
Why are they
It's in
so-
Oxford, England.
No way.
the only